All right. So, hello and welcome back, everyone. I'm your Natural English Coach Nagi, and it's time for this week's lesson. All right, as usual, we'll start off with a sentence. So first, I would like you to try and say this sentence for yourselves. Go ahead and try this sentence now. Okay, so this sentence might be a little bit tricky because of the sounds in it. Can you tell which sounds we're going to be practicing today? The girl twirled in the field full of summer flowers. Try that one again. All right. So if you've been watching this channel for a little while, you'll probably know that girl is a word that comes up a lot in the pronunciation practices because it's such a difficult word to get correctly in English pronunciation, or at least in natural English pronunciation, because we have the short I first, we have the and the and the R, and then of course the L right after it. So girl. And of course in Japanese, you would generally just say garu, which is, if you say it like that, most people won't really understand you when you're trying to speak natural English. So it's a really useful word to practice. So again, the girl twirled in the field full of summer flowers. All right, so let's look at our first sound of this lesson. So go ahead and try to say the top left word now. All right, this word is summer. Summer. Try this one again. Okay, now go ahead and try the bottom left word. This word is birthday. Birthday. Try it again. All right, now go ahead and try the top right word. This word is flower. Flower. Try it one more time. Okay. And finally, let's try the bottom right word. Try saying the bottom right word now. Okay, this word is bread. Bread. So do you see the common sound between all of these four words? It might be a little bit tricky to see at first because the letters that are used to show this sound aren't all the same. So in summer, right, it's ER, Even though it's an E sound, it makes the sound And then with birthday, it's the same sound, but the sound is represented by the letter I, birthday. Flower is another ER sound, and bread actually is just the R by itself. However, it still is the same or a very similar sound because you can hear the little vowel sound right after the B and before the R. Bread, right? So again, this is another lesson about the deep UR sound, which is very important to get right because there's a lot of different ways to make this sound when you're speaking English in Japanese, right? So instead of summer, we would say sama, right? Or flower, or birthday, right? So that's not quite the sound we want to go for. We want the sound. Let's take a look at these 3 sentences. Go ahead and try reading the sentence at the top now. Okay. My birthday is in the early summer. So notice how the word early is in italics, which also means that it has that sound in it. My birthday is in the early summer. Try it one more time. Okay, good. Now go ahead and try reading the middle sentence. Okay. I baked a loaf of fresh bread. Fresh bread. Do you know what a loaf is? I baked a loaf of fresh bread. So generally, when you're counting bread, you don't just say 1 bread, 2 bread, 3 bread. You say a loaf of bread, 2 loaves, or 3 loaves of bread, right? It's basically just one thing of bread. Try this sentence one more time. All right. Now go ahead and try saying the bottom sentence now. Okay. I think roses are the loveliest flower. Loveliest. Most lovely. Most beautiful. Most nice, right? I think roses are the loveliest flower. Try it one more time. All right, good. So I wanted to show you in a little more detail of where the natural English sound comes from in the mouth compared to the sound you might make if you're speaking Japanese English. So I tried to make this graphic a little bit easier to see and to understand this time. So as you can see in the mouth there, the middle part is the tongue, and the tongue will raise up and also lower down depending on the vowel sound that you want to make, right? And you can see that the chart next to the mouth relates to roughly like almost like a graph of where the sounds appear in your mouth. So under back, those are the sounds that you make near the back of your mouth, and obviously the front is where the sounds appear in the front of your mouth. So as you can see, I've made circles, a blue circle for the natural English sound, and the yellow circle is the equivalent Japanese sound, right? So first, let's look at the Japanese sound. As you can see, the Japanese sound is very low and back in the mouth. So in this case, if we're going to say a word like flower, right? In Japanese, ah is the sound that they use. So flower, right? Ah. So when you say that, you can tell that your mouth is opening pretty wide, and you can feel that your tongue is pretty low, right? Your tongue is pretty low in your mouth. Flower, right? So as you can see, that's not quite the sound that we want to use when we're speaking natural English. The sound that we want to use is a little bit higher in the mouth and a little bit more forward. It's close to that E letter, but that's upside down, right? In English, we call that a schwa sound. So it's just kind of a sound that doesn't actually have a lot of stress. However, when you combine the schwa sound with the R sound, it makes it a little bit different. So in this case, we're going for the So if you took the sound and the sound, you kind of put them together. It's really hard to separate them because of the way that voicing language works. But anyway, the idea is that when you're saying these sounds, try to feel where they are in your mouth. All right, let's move on to our next sound for this lesson. First of all, try and say the top left word now. Okay, this word is shirt. 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 Go ahead and try this one again. Okay, now go ahead and try the bottom left word now. So, this word is apartment. Apartment. Try it again. All right. Now go ahead and try the upper right word now. This word is hotel. Hotel. Try it again. All right. And finally, let's practice our fourth word at the bottom right. This word is plastic. Plastic. Try it one more time. All right. Nice. So maybe you've noticed that our second sound that we're practicing today is the R sound and the L sound. Two sounds that are very tricky when you're practicing speaking natural English, right? So in the word shirt, we have the R sound, but we also have that sound that we were practicing just previously. With apartment, the R sound. With hotel, we have the L sound, and plastic, we also have the L, plastic sound. And of course, there are different ways of saying these words in Japanese. Shatsu, right? Shatsu instead of shirt, or hoteru instead of hotel, purastiku instead of plastic. So they're all sounds that are very important when you're saying them naturally in English. All right, let's take a look at our sentences. Go ahead and try saying the top sentence now. Okay, I live in an apartment next door to the hotel. I live in an apartment next door to the hotel. Try that one again. All right, now go ahead and try the middle sentence. Okay, this sentence is, my shirt is still wet from the rain. I suppose still can also be a good word to practice because of the L's at the end. My shirt is still wet from the rain. Try it one more time. Okay, now go ahead and try the bottom sentence. Okay, we should try to recycle our plastic bottles. We should try to recycle our plastic bottles. There's a lot of words besides plastic that we actually have the R and the L sounds that we can practice, right? Recycle. So the R, recycle at the beginning, and recycle at the end. And then bottles, bottles. Try this one more time. All right, good job. Let's move on a little bit. So before we jump into some minimal pairs, I want to remind you that if you're having trouble saying the natural strong L sound in particular, remember that it's easiest to put your tongue between your teeth, like this, like this. When you do that, even though it looks a little bit silly, it actually helps you train yourself to pronounce the sound correctly. And the more you do it, the more you'll get used to the sound, and then as you go on, it'll just become natural, and you'll become much quicker at it. So, and of course, the R sound is a little bit trickier. You're kind of closing the inside of your mouth. It's kind of like squishing inward a little bit. You can feel the muscles tightening in your neck. And you feel the space in the back of your throat grow a little bit smaller. But this is one that takes a lot of practice to get right. All right, so we have our minimal pairs. There's a lot of these for L and R, where you have two words and the only difference between them in spelling or in pronunciation is the L sound and the R sound. So we have cloud and crowd for the first one. Try this. Say cloud and then say crowd. Try it now. Cloud and crowd, right? Now go ahead and try the middle pair on your own. Try saying those now. All right, these are glass and grass. Glass and grass. Try it again. All right, and now let's try the final minimal pair at the bottom. Try saying those two words. Okay, so those words are play and pray. Play and pray. Try it again. All right. So let's do some speaking practice with these words we just went over. So first, try saying number 1. Okay, My apartment gets very hot in the summer. My apartment gets hot in the summer. Try it again. All right. Now go ahead and try number 2. All right, number 2 is the flower is carefully wrapped in plastic. The flower is wrapped in plastic. Try it again. All right. Now go ahead and try number 3. Okay. That hotel bakes excellent bread. That hotel bakes excellent bread. Try it again. Okay, and finally, let's try number 4. Okay, number 4 is I got a new shirt for my birthday. I got a new shirt for my birthday. Try it one more time. All right, nice job. And finally, it's review time from the previous week's lesson. Again, if you don't quite remember the vocabulary we practiced next week, now is a good time to go back and look at it before you try this review. So let's try number 1 now. All right, number 1 is, sorry I have to leave, but I've got somewhere to be. I've got somewhere to be. Try it again. All right, now go ahead and try number 2. Okay, number 2 is, it's getting late, so I'm going to head out. I'm going to head out. Try this one again. All right, now go ahead and try number 3. This one is a little bit of a long one. Okay. I can't eat breakfast now. I need to be out of here in 5 minutes. I need to be out of here in 5 minutes. Try this one again. All right, nice job. Now let's go for number 4. Okay, this is bad. I'm running late and I can't find my shoes. I'm running late and I can't find my shoes. Try it again. All right, and finally, number 5. Try saying number 5 now. Okay, number 5 is, I've got to take off now, but let's meet up again next week. I've got to take off now, but let's meet up again next week. Try it one more time. All right, nice job today. So, as usual, you can see all of my past lessons on the channel that I put up every week. And if you ever want to go back and practice, you can always go back to my previous lessons and take a look at them. Also, if you can, please make sure to like and comment and share the videos as well, because all of those things help me make more content for the channel. Also, if you ever have a question, you can ask it directly during the live stream, and then I'll be able to answer your question for you, or you can leave a comment on one of the previous videos, and then I can answer your question or correct your English there, if you would like that. All right, so have a good week, and see you next time.